Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is the third episode of TBT. Is it an episode or is it just like an installment into the series? I don't know. Let's call it an episode. So the third episode of my TBT series. If you're new to my channel or maybe missed the last few videos that I've done, TBT on this channel means Throwback Thursday, which basically is the first Thursday of every single month. I'll do like an old trending challenge. Basically just the ones that like I always wanted to do when they were trending like years ago, but because I never had a channel and like, I don't know, like I never really had any way to film or like, I mean I could do them at home but it just wasn't that fun. But I never had a channel to do them, so now that I do have a channel, I'm bringing some of these trends back. Or well, I mean like no one else is going to do it just because they see my video, let's be honest, but I'm bringing it back for me because I wanted to do it and I never did. So today's TBT is going to be using one palette for my full face. So my foundation, highlight, bronzer, everything like that is going to be from the same one palette. The palette that I've chosen today, because we've got quite a few, the palette that I've chosen today to do this is my Jeffree Star Jawbreaker palette. And the reason behind this is because it's got so many shades in it. Like I could use a mixture of like this one and then the white one up here for like my foundation shade or something like that, like try to mix them together. I can use this one for like a bronzer. It has to be for my brows as well, and I have to do like pink brows to match my hair. Like it's got a nice highlight shade there, or I could even mix that one with that one. Like there's so many things I can do with this palette, and I feel like this is kind of the best one if I'm going to be using one single palette. Like if I've only brought one thing, I don't know, I'd bring this palette and nothing else. But if I did end up using one thing, I could use this. It is missing a black, but let's just ignore that because what can you do? And I normally fill in my eyebrows with black, but dark brown will have to do because I mean my roots are dark brown. My hair is incredibly greasy right now. I'm planning on changing up, well not changing up, yeah changing up soon, so I don't particularly want to be washing it, but I'm going to have to I think because it's getting a bit out of hand. And also it's quite late at night as I'm filming this, so I have like a softbox behind me, and that's why these lights are just one colour, because if they change like they normally do, then it really mucks around with the lighting when I have artificial lighting on. So that's just the purple today. We're having a purple vibe, and that's why the lighting's different if you even notice. I notice, but most people probably do not. So let's get started with this video. I'm going to put my hair back where my cat is, because to be honest I completely forgot about these until the other day, and then like I really don't know why I haven't used them. So when I wore them the other day I was like, I need to start wearing these more often again because I love my cat ears. They're so cute. Like I kind of said, I'm going to be using the shades Virgin, which is the white one, and then Cone at the bottom to try and do foundation shades. Now I remember back in the day, I don't think people cared about using primers because at least I have something for the powder to stick to. So I'm going to be doing that. I'm going to be using the one from The Ordinary, which is the high spreadability fluid primer, because I know that this can be quite tacky and quite grippy, so I wanted to use this just to like really give my foundation a chance. Because like this technically isn't, like this hasn't got any coverage, this isn't really adding anything to my skin, so technically this should count, like this should be fine to use. I mean it was the same as like people used to use lip balms and stuff to help eyeshadow stick to their lips for a lipstick. Oh, that's too much. And I've actually tried finding my lip balm and I cannot find it anywhere, so I'm kind of screwed with that, but I have a mirror here, so that's why I'm looking over there. Right now that's odd and my hands are feeling greasy. Let's just wipe this on an old t-shirt. That's the thing that I don't like about primers, is the fact that like they feel so like slippery on your hands afterwards, and I can't stand that feeling. Like even on your face it just feels really slippery. So the brush that I'm going to be using is this one, which I normally use for my powder. I haven't like completely dusted it off, so like hopefully there shouldn't be any normal powder, but I don't think it's going to make a difference because it's translucent. And I'm going to just dip into the shade Cone, and I'm going to like try and almost spot conceal and then go over top of that with the white. Or should I do it the other way around? No, I'm going to kind of spot conceal a little bit because my skin's really bad, and then go over top of that with the white. Like this is not my shade, this is so orange. Also like the lighting, like when I was testing out the lighting before I started filming, the lighting looks okay on like the camera and the viewfinder and stuff, like you guys should be able to see me fine. But for me in this room it's actually really dark in here. So this is like an extra challenge for me, because I like to have some sort of depth in my face. Like I like to have this face kind of in shadow a little bit, so like I can't really have the softbox directly on my face. Now I'm going to go into the colour Virgin, which is just like a white, so it's pretty white. I'm just going to try and lighten that up to try and match me a little bit. I mean, it's never going to match me perfectly, but hey ho. And I think I might just take that all around my face, to be honest with you. Does that look green? Did I put that in? Oh no, I just dipped in a little bit with there's a blue shade right underneath the white, and I think I just did that on my face. I mean, the white isn't crazy pigmented, so that's kind of doing me a favour. But the thing is, right, although I have oily skin, I do have dry patches on my skin, especially like around my nose and on my forehead. So when it comes to this, it's just looking really bad. Like my nose looks like a sand pit right now. I'm so impatient, so I'm not even focusing on like one area, I'm just going all around my face, and that's such a bad tactic because I don't know where I've touched it or not. Oh, my nose looks so bad. I'm not expecting this, by the way, to go good. Just so you're aware, I'm really not. Like, I'm not going anywhere, it's late at night, I'm literally gonna film this video and take this makeup off. Like, this is not gonna look good by any means, and I don't plan on it looking like decent at all. At least for my base foundation bit. The bronzer and stuff I don't think it's going to go too badly, to be honest with you. Like the highlight I know it won't because I've used the shade Jawbreaker as a highlight before. So I know that's going to go fine, but it's everything else. The contour hopefully shouldn't be too bad. The blush is probably going to be really bad. Oh god. I think the powder down here is like doing something with that primer that I put down. Oh no. Let's just try and forget that. My skin, I might as well just not bothered doing anything. My skin looks more uneven now than what it ever would have done. And I'm covering myself in eyeshadow. I should have just stuck with the white and not even bothered trying to like spot conceal or anything like that. My nose looks so bad, I don't think you'll even be able to tell how bad it looks. Right, I think that's as far as I can go by way of like a base. My nose looks so bad and it's just kind of like separating and it's just not doing well, to be honest with you. For contour I'm just going to take my normal contouring brush, I'm just going to like brush it off on my hands so that I've definitely got no extra product on there. And I'm going to take the shade Tasty, which is like it's one of the only neutral shades in the palette. It's like a dark brown. So this could go quite bad. Holy shit. So this is not going to go with my skin tone. Holy shit. Please blend out. Okay, I'm starting to think that maybe doing that primer underneath was like a bad idea. I need to try and fix that with the white again. Oh man, that just looks so bad. I'm gonna try and take some of that cone shade and just blend that out a little bit. And try to bronze it as well. That just looks absolutely atrocious. I'm gonna like dip in Tasty and Cone slightly on my forehead just to blend, like just to bronze and... oh boy. I mean, that's a good thing about using foundation, eyeshadows, is that they are designed to blend, but they're not designed to blend on your face and with like a primer on it that hasn't even fully set. Like, that's just getting stuck. I need to try and clean that up. I feel like this side looks better than this side, but probably doesn't. My forehead doesn't look bad, where okay, there it does. My forehead doesn't look terrible. For blush, I kind of don't know what shade to go for. We've got some matte shades in here. You've got Licorice, which is bright red, Suck, which is a bright orange, Bubblegum, which is like a bright but like pastelish pink, Fuck, which is like a neon coral, and you've got Cherry Wet, which is like a darker pink colour. So I'm thinking if I use that, like, then I can like dull it down, but with how this has gone so far, I don't think so. So I'm going to go with a little bit of Bubblegum just on my same bronzer brush and try to use that. Okay, that's not really coming out, so that's a good sign. Just want like a light wash of pink, but not looking great so far. It's just honestly around here on my nose, it looks terrible. Let's just go for an ego look. Like, let's put on too much blush on purpose. I'm glad I never did this when I was younger, because I did not have this palette until like Christmas just gone. So I would have done absolutely terribly. I mean, you could probably do this with like a normal neutral drugstore palette and just use like the lightest shade as your base shade, and like you could probably do really well with that and have like a really natural look. But I don't like doing natural, that's not what I like to do. I think I'm gonna leave it there for the blush and the contour. I mean, I think to be fair I've looked worse, but let's not go there. And I'm just gonna take my normal brush, let's kind of dust it off again. My normal brush for highlight, and I'm gonna go into the Jawbreaker shade, which is like just a lovely goldy white shade. My cat is sat right next to me staring me in the eye when she's scratching, so that's what you can hear right now. Hello. It's rare that she actually sits next to me, so I'm kind of reveling in it. Oh, that's a bit too strong. Because of this base underneath, like literally everything is sticking right on. Like that's a bit much. Do I have a cast? Kind of. But this is such a nice shade for like a highlighter, and I have worn this out before as a highlighter, so I don't really care about wearing it right now. But I think that looks a bit too gold considering I've got so much blush on my cheeks, so I'm gonna go in lightly with Suck, which is that pink shimmer shade. That's done nothing. Okay, I think I've definitely... I've looked worse when I've put on crap makeup and worn it for a full day. So considering the fact I've just started out, it's not great. It's not amazing. Just gonna go in with my usual brow brush. I'm just trying to get off as much of the original black that I've already got on there. And I'm gonna use the shade Tasty, which is just that brown shade. Or should I go for a pink brow? No, I'm just gonna use the brown shade because no. And since the shade is apparently much darker than what I thought it was, this should go okay. Okay, it's not the worst brow I've ever done. Thing is with doing it with eyeshadows and stuff is that it's hard because they're made to blend. So it's hard just to put them down and get them where you want them, if that makes sense. If you put too much down, it kind of like makes a mess. Okay, I've definitely done worse brows before. Like, that's actually not a terrible colour. And now I'm thinking, like, looking at that, how did I expect that to be a natural looking contour on my face? Like, I had no chance. Here's the part that should be really easy, is eyes. I don't want to be here for hours, so I'm probably just going to do something fairly, like... Okay, I was literally just about to say I'm going to do something fairly neutral, and then I just saw the shade Suck and, like, how bright orange that is. And I want to do that. So I'm going to go in with that, just on a normal brush, and because my eyelids should be oily as fuck, and I did put a little bit of the primer on there, should stick just fine. Or not. Oh boy, that's just separating. Oh no, let's use my finger. Oh, if I ever do this again, and I don't think I ever will, but if I ever do this again, I don't think I'm going to use the primer. Because I think that's kind of hindered me. If I tap it on, it's okay, but as soon as I try and blend it out, oh god. And then where it's all separating, it's falling onto my face. So how am I gonna wipe off like the fallout when it's like my whole face is like this? That eye went on so much easier, although that's creasing immediately. I say this a lot in these sorts of videos, but if you're new to my channel, I'm better at makeup than this, I promise. Oh, that's just... oh no. I'm just like literally just rubbing this off on my hand and my wrist. I don't know where I was going with this orange, because now what am I going to do? Like, where can I go from here? I'm just going to use the shade Licorice, which is a red shade, and just go underneath my eyes with that and finish this look off. Like, I really have no idea where I was going to go. I just saw that and I was like, oh, I could do something like neutral, and I saw the neon orange and I was like, something's calling my name here. I need to go for neon orange. I should do another series which is just called Redemption, and then if I fail something like I have this time around, I can try and like redo it again, but like actually better. So like if I wanted to redo this eye look, I could actually just plan it out and make it look decent and not have it separate everywhere because of the crappy primer stuff. And I'm gonna really rub that off, and I'm gonna use the shade Lemon Drop, which is a shimmery gold, just to go into like my inner corner, because why not at this point, you know? You know what, I don't actually hate how this has come out. I think it looks quite cool, and if it was a normal day I probably would wear this, like if I could actually add liner and a lash. Like this needs a big wing and liner, big wing, big lashes, like this needs it. I'm actually going, this is probably going to really ruin it. I'm going to add like, try and do some sort of liner with the brown. Oh, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to even that out and then not do that and not touch it again, because that looks atrocious. Let's just even that out, blend that away, and leave that alone. Okay, I obviously can't do mascara, or like, can I do it just to finish off the look? Or is that completely cheating? I think that is just cheating. So the last thing left is lips. I did have the plan of putting on a bit of lip balm and then like tapping the powder on top for the lipstick, but I really cannot find my lip balm anywhere, so I can't do that. And now that I've done this really bright eye, like what look should I even, like what shade should I even go for my lips? Should I just go for like an orange? I think I'm just going to go in with Cherry Wet, which is like a pinky dark shade, and just tap that in. Oh, this is going to be messy as hell. In my head, I was going to use the shade Licorice, the red shade, but because I've already put that on my eyes now, I don't want to use it again. Not the worst lip colour ever. And I mean, actually, it doesn't make my lips look that dry either. There's just something incredibly wrong about putting powders on your lip. It doesn't look great, but it's just not defined, is it? Like, because when you try and apply it, like you're rubbing it off and blending it out at the same time. Okay, my hands are just a mess right now. It's like I'm swatching these shadows or something. And I'm going to take a bit of Virgin and probably ruin it and just try and do like a little bit of lightness on the inside. That did nothing. My hands are just a mess, and that's this challenge done. Get rid of this, fluff my hair out, and let's move on. Okay, so that's it. I'm not going to bother doing close-ups because honestly, it looks better from far away. Like if I'm looking at myself in the mirror right now, it all looks fairly okay, minus the contour looks a bit dodgy. The side on over here for highlight is far too much. I put way too much on. If I had liner and mascara on or like a lash on, I reckon this would actually look decent. The brows look fine. The lips actually look okay. I just prefer like a really defined lip, but if you wanted to go for like a softer look, fine. If you want to use eyeshadow. And actually, you know, my lips don't feel really dry and crusty like it normally would if you put foundation, no, if you put eyeshadow on your lips. The eyes actually I like the style, and I will probably do this again. Like I like the kind of look of it, but just because I've got that oily, shitey primer underneath it, I wouldn't recommend it, to be honest with you. But yeah, that is me. I have finally done the one palette makeup challenge, or full face using one palette, whatever it was called. And I think it went well. The base was a bit of a mess, like it had been in the first half, not gonna lie. But honestly, if you have good skin, you could probably just skip that and just go straight in with the contour and stuff. But I mean, look, I mean, my spots have been pretty well covered. I'm not gonna lie, they have been well covered. Like that's like a sheer to medium, like a light coverage foundation sort of cover right there, you know? But yeah, I don't hate it. My brows are actually okay. They're probably the best part of the full look. And that's it. Like, I don't know what else to say. Comment shout out today goes to Jennifer. Thank you very much for joining me on my channel. I hope you stick around. If you guys like this sort of video, you know, my TBT is a thing first Thursday of every month. So if you like this sort of thing, be sure to subscribe, stick around, and, you know, keep your eyes open every first Thursday. It's gonna be one of these videos. Let me know if you have any suggestions of old trends that you loved or that you loved seeing when they were around like a couple of years ago. Let me know that in the comments today. I actually have a really exciting video coming on Sunday. I did manage to get my hands on the Nikki Tutorials X Beauty Bay palette, so I will be reviewing that on Sunday, and I'm so stoked. Like, that came in today, and I saw the Hermes driver pull up, and I literally ran into the spare room, and I was like to my husband, I was so excited that it was coming. So I'm stoked for that review. I have really high expectations, and I just want to have fun with it. So I'm going to be doing that on Sunday, so stick around if you want to see that, see a review on how it goes, and see the looks and stuff that I pull out of my arse for that. But yeah, in the meantime guys, have a nice day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.